With $30,000 in prize money up for grabs, the Wildwood Rock Extreme Enduro is in its 5th year and rapidly gaining international attention in the world of extreme enduro. In the past, it's attracted big names like Graham Jarvis, Alfredo Gomez and Ben Hemingway down under to give it their best shot against some of Australia's top riders like Ben Graham, Mitch Harper, Tim Coleman and Chris Perry. The grueling track messes with minds throughout the day as riders complete as many laps of the 13-kilometre loop as possible within a 3-hour time frame. The tight technical track means only a few of the fastest riders might ever use 4th or 5th gear and mixes man-made obstacles with natural terrain consisting of difficult rock sections, steep climbs and descents, and anything else the organisers can throw at the riders. We spoke to Ben and Graham prior to their battle for the $10,000 first prize.
Mate, congratulations on your win in the hill climb yesterday. People apparently are saying the golden tyres might have been a bit of a help.
Definitely, yeah, the golden tyres were working well. I'm just running a standard 216 here, so it should work spot on.
I'm sure there was some rider skill involved as well.
It was so loose out there, it's quite dry out there, so that it was just like really loose. So as soon as you powered it, it just started spinning up, so you just had to try and keep low engine revs and just make sure you get to the top.
So this is your 3rd trip out to Wildwood Rock. How have you gone in previous events?
It's varied a little bit each time, like the conditions. First year was really wet and slippery, and last year was just sort of perfect. But this year it's like really dry, so I think that could make it slippery as well, being so loose. But the rock section's a lot harder this year as well. It's a bit one line, so there could be a few bikes stuck in there to get round. But it's all part of the fun.
Expecting some tough competition today?
It's always tough competition here because a lot of the track is quite fast going as well. So some real fast riders out there, and Ben Hemingway's come over as well, so he's going to do really well.
I know yesterday's hill climb, Chris was certainly in there pretty close with you. He'll be riding today as well?
Yeah, Chris Perry's going really well. He's a really strong rider, so it'll be one to watch definitely.
So Ben, this is your first time out to the Wildwood Rock Extreme Enduro. How does the track look?
The track looks quite good. Early on it looks fairly quick, and then there's a few hard rock sections which I think will slow everybody down, but all in all the track looks good. The weather doesn't look too bad today. Maybe had a little bit of rain last night, but not too much. But yeah, looking forward to it.
You did very well in the hill climb yesterday. A bit of stiff competition. Are you expecting the same today?
Yeah.
In particular?
Yeah, Graham stole it from me. He beat me by a second. A bit gutted about that because I thought I had him, but clearly not. But yeah, today he'll be flat out with Graham. He'll be the man to catch. I know what he's like. But there's quite a lot of good lads over here as well. I've been watching some of them ride. So it's a bit of a worry, but we'll see how it goes and just try and see how we get on.
Terrific, mate. Have a great race.
Cheers.
Ben Hemingway just edged out Graham Jarvis by 1/5 of a second to take out the prolog, giving him the $1,000 first prize and first place on the starting grid for the main event. Joining them on the starting line were Aussie riders Robert Nowak, Chuck Sanders and Chris Perry. With 2,000 enthusiastic spectators looking on, Daniel Sanders led the start of the first lap along the man-made obstacles section, then into the natural terrain, where on the second hill climb, Hemingway and Jarvis were able to get around the Australian champ and battle the first lap out. At the end of the first lap, Graham had a 39-second lead over Hemingway, and Daniel Sanders was back in 3rd place and hot on their heels. By the second lap, Hemingway was still within sight of Jarvis and trailing by only 24 seconds, but by the 3rd lap, Jarvis was over a minute ahead and began to pull away even further with a 3-minute lead by the 4th lap. As with any extreme enduro, bottlenecks can form in gnarly sections, and the top riders had to either wait for these to clear or take even more difficult lines to get around slower riders. Wildwood Rock is no exception in this regard, and as they battled through the pack, Hemingway started to rope in Jarvis again and to close the gap to less than 2 minutes by the 6th lap. As the day wore on, Jarvis was really starting to struggle with the Australian heat, but still managed to pull ahead yet again, and eventually finished 1 lap ahead of Hemingway. Graham claimed his 3rd win of the Wildwood Rock Extreme Enduro. As the rest of the riders slowly limped their way in, Graham said that the Wildwood Rock Extreme Enduro is definitely right up there with the top events in Europe, and he appreciated the vocal support of the large crowds urging all the riders on.